Hi everyone, my name is Eamon. I am a current master's student in the economics program here at Radboud University in Nijmegen. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the course and why you should maybe pick it. So why would you pick a master's in economics in Nijmegen? So the staff are very expertise in their fields. There's a strong international orientation. So myself, I am from Ireland, and within the course and within all the other courses at Radboud, there's a very strong international orientation and there's loads of international students. So that's really nice, especially when you're trying to make friends, it's really good. There is small group teachings and 7 specializations. So I'm currently studying the accounting and control specialization. Within this specialization, I think there is 30 students. So it's very small group teaching, which is really good for having discussions about the various topics in class. There's good career prospects, and also we are in the wonderful city of Nijmegen. If I say why I picked this course, so for me, my favorite subjects were economics and accounting. And so when I found this master's program, I think it's the only one that offered an economics degree while specializing in accounting. So for me, it was a great opportunity to study some economics modules and also focus on accounting and also look at economics within accounting. So I think it's really interesting and I'm very glad I picked it. Next, if we look at the other specializations. So if we start at the top and move downwards, so accounting and control is very much internal, looking inwards towards the firm. And then as we move down the list, it gets more external, if that makes sense. So in accounting and control, we look at control issues of the firm, budgeting, accounting information systems, all very much internal. Corporate finance and control looks at the firm in a more external sense and looks more towards the future, where accounting and control kind of look more towards the past. And it looks at the various financial issues that a firm might have. Financial economics then looks at the firm and how the firm is impacted by the overall financial environment, for example, the stock market. International business then looks at the firm and how it operates in the overall international business environment. International economics and development looks at economics in third world countries and developing countries. Economics, behavior and policy focuses on behavior and policy and economics and the role behavior plays when picking different policy measures. And international political economy focuses on the impact of the world economic policy and how and the role that politics plays within economics. Next, if we move to the quality of the program, so 50% of the graduates think it provides them with a good basis for the labour market, and 80% say they would pick the study program again. There are some results from the National Student Survey, and generally the master's program has gotten a score of about 3.9 or 4 out of 5, so I think that's really good. Next, if we move to the courses, so here we have an overview of the courses in semester 1. X's are mandatory courses and then the circles are optional ones, so you can pick if you want to do it or not. In each semester you have to take 30 ECs, and then within that there are 2 courses that everyone has to take. The first one is Societal Challenges in Economics. This is a new course starting in September 2022. This replaced the previous course, Pluralisms in Economics. And then the next one is Methods of Empirical Analysis, which is essentially looking at statistics. So this course in particular is crucial for doing your master's thesis. Within this course, for example, there is some choice as to what you want to study, which is really nice. So you have to take 4 chapters out of a possible 8. Everyone has to take the first chapter, which is basic, it's linear regression. And then after that, you can pick 3 chapters. So for example, some of them are qualitative measures, time series analysis and panel data. So depending on your specialization, there are recommendations as to which ones you should pick, but it's completely up to you as to what ones you want to do. So for example, if we look at time series analysis, that is recommended for financial economics and corporate finance and control, I think. So for example, time series analysis, you can maybe look at how the stock markets move over time and stuff like that. So there are recommendations, but it's completely up to you. After that, then here is a list of courses that are regarding each of the various specializations. So some of them have a choice as to which ones you could take, and others you don't get any choice. So for example, in accounting and control, I didn't get any choice as to what ones I wanted to do, but you do get some choice. For example, in one of the modules in semester 2, you do get to pick within the module as to what specifically you want to study. So that's kind of nice if you don't get a choice of, if you don't get to pick what modules you want to do. Next, if we look at semester 2, so everyone else has to take 2 more modules along with the master's thesis. So generally, my experience from the courses, most of them are focused around the papers, academic papers, where you read a number of papers each week, and then in class it's more of a discussion and you give discussion points about what you think about the papers, what you liked about them, what you disliked about them, and then it's really about developing your analytical skills, being able to analyze and formulate your own opinion and stuff. So it's really interesting. It takes a bit of time at the start, but after a few weeks you do get used to it, and I think it's very beneficial to have those analytical skills for whatever job you go into in the future. So it's really good. And then of course you have to write your master's thesis. So here you can put what you've learned in all the other modules and then focus on your own research in an area you're really interested in. There is a wide choice as to what you can do, and there's loads of options, and the lecturers really encourage you to find your own topic that you're really interested in. But of course, they do give you some recommendations as to what you could possibly do if you're stuck. Next, we have some info about the admissions. So generally, you need a bachelor's degree in economics and sufficient level of English. So for me personally, I had a degree in global business where I had various accounting and economics modules. And for international political economy, you will need some political science courses. The overall application procedure is pretty straightforward. It tells you everything you need and what you need to upload. So you just kind of follow the steps. I think it's fine. It wasn't difficult at all. And then if you don't qualify, you can do a pre-masters. So that's generally 1 year long, but it might be shorter depending on what courses you have. And then the applications deadline in general, if you want housing assistance, it's the 1st of May. I would highly recommend that you apply before the 1st of May if you're interested, because there is a bit of a housing crisis in the Netherlands, and it is, if you're coming from abroad like I am, it is really difficult to try and find an apartment when you're not in the place itself. So when you're not in Nijmegen, it is difficult to find an apartment. So any help you can get with accommodation is very much appreciated. Then other than that, the final deadline is the 1st of July. So please check the websites if these change, but generally these are the 2 dates every single year. Next, so obviously depending on what you studied, that will have an impact on the potential career you have afterwards. So if I'm studying accounting, I'll probably go down the accounting route or a consultant. But because it's an economics degree and the skills they teach you a lot of analytical skills. So you could go into any of these jobs if you wanted to. Obviously, depending on your specialization, you will be more geared towards a certain area, but you wouldn't be limited to that because it's an economics degree at the end of the day. So I think that's really nice. Last but not least, a little bit about why you should study in Nijmegen. So it's a lively student town. There's also another college. There's the University of Applied Sciences here called Han. And that means there are loads and loads of students in Nijmegen. It's a very busy student town. There's lots of green open spaces. And yeah, it's really nice, especially when the sun is shining. You can cycle around. You can be anywhere within 20 minutes. It's really good. There is loads of pubs and nightclubs and stuff to keep you busy, so you won't be short of things to do if you're bored at the weekends. And also, it's a great hub for exploring Europe. So Amsterdam is 90 minutes away by train. We're also really close to cities like Dusseldorf in Germany, and we're of course very close to Belgium. So there's great opportunity to go and explore other cities in Europe. And as I said, in the Netherlands, we can cycle everywhere. And I personally love that because in Ireland, it's too hilly, so we can't cycle. But yeah, it's really good. And especially when the weather is nice and the sun is shining, it's lovely to be able to cycle and get lots of fresh air. So finally, if you want more information, please check out this link here to the course. And then if you have any other further questions, you can contact the study advisor, Marlene, and she will hopefully be able to answer your questions. So that was the end of the presentation. I hope you learned a little bit about the course. If you have any further questions, please contact the study advisor, Marlene. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short presentation.